Okay, today's date is March 18th, 2024. This is the second meeting of our school year for the Youth City Council. If we could please start with roll.
Mosley.
Present.
Guest.
Present.
Wellington.
Here.
Campbell.
Present.
Tovar Contreras.
Present. Next item.
Let's go ahead and stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and prayer. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
I do have a quick question.
Yes.
I know that in order to get the youth to know what's going on in Hutch, what are some of your other ideas that you have in order to get the youth involved?
I know we discussed having like some sort of competition in between schools. I know it was like a passing comment, but are we still interested in doing something like that?
Yes, it was a donation competition to see where we had each different school in charge of a different type of donation. For example, one being in charge of clothing, one being in charge of non-perishables, one being in charge of change, like the penny jars. And I do not believe we had a different one, but it was those three. And then we were trying to have the schools compete with the classes of the grade that decides to do it. We did plan to do it more towards the grades that we were in. So for my example, I would be in 12th grade, so I would reach out to the teachers who mainly teach 12th grade or 11th grade to have them participate in it. And then our 7th graders and 8th graders, and I'm not quite sure what grade you are in, Ruby, but your grade. And so that is the drives that we're currently pushing for. If there are any other drives that any of us would like to suggest, this would be a great time too.
I know we talked about last session, we talked about maybe having like some sort of party for all the schools. Again, it was like a passing comment, but again, we're trying to get the youth involved, so.
Yes, so that party was the award for winning the donation, and that was a movie day for whoever in that school going between the classes had one donating the most. We had not yet decided how we were going to decide what's the most because we don't plan to count a bunch of pennies. We are looking forward to maybe getting some jars and seeing who can fill up 3 jars the fastest or something of that sort. But we are planning to have that party as a youth engagement, which we are hoping to be able to go and participate in those parties. So they will most likely be on different days so that we can actually make them. But they are going to be with the schools that we're involved in, and they will be a reward.
So I'm hearing a lot of great ideas. Do we think we also want to add that to the study session where we discuss everything for Third Thursday?
I do believe we should, although we did focus on it a lot at our last meeting. I think that we should focus on Third Thursday a lot more. What do you think, Ms. Campbell? Since you weren't there at our last meeting, would you like to focus on both equally, or would you like to focus more on our youth fair?
I think focusing on them both equally would be a good idea.
Okay, thank you.
Kill birds with 2 stones. That's how it goes, I believe.
Killing birds with 2 stones?
And 2 birds with 1 stone.
We'll kill one. No,
Two
two
birds
birds
with
with
one
one stone.
stone.
There you go. That's the saying.
She
I'm
just
sorry.
has horrible aim, so the first stone was not
Two birds with two stones. No, hey, you know what? You still killed two birds with it. It's okay. So, any other comments before we? I guess I ask for a motion to add a discussion for a drive competition between schools to our next study session, which is that first Thursday of April at 4 p.m.
I do not believe so.
If there's a motion
Oh.
to.
I motion to move on from this.
I second.
Okay. If we could go ahead and call roll.
Mosley,
Yes.
Guest,
Yes.
Wellington,
Yes.
Campbell,
Yes.
Tovar Contreras.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Okay. Any other further comments? Okay. Hearing none, if we could go ahead and move on to our last business item.
Item 5C, a drive for the unhoused has been proposed. A date and venue needs to be selected as well as other drive details.
All right, a drive for the unhoused. If I am correct, I believe that's what our donations were planning to be going to. Is that right? Is that right to my understanding?
I want to say yes.
Okay,
I believe so.
I thought so. My notes are a little illegible, so sometimes it's hard to read my handwriting. But if that is correct, then the stuff that we've already previously mentioned, which is the drives, obviously you guys most likely don't want to hear them again. There's a lot. We'll be going towards our a drive for the unhoused, which we're just hoping to be able to have many different resources to give them, which also it's killing two birds with one stone, or one bird with two stones, in order to not only help with the community, but also help with our youth engagement.
Okay. Any comments on that?
I think that's a really good idea because of the drives would really help with the drive for the unhoused. Yeah.
I really do like that idea because we're not necessarily just raising money for the unhoused, but we are also just giving them resources needed to help them get back on their feet. And I really do like that. And like we previously said, we are going to further discuss that during a study session. Kaylin, you want to add something?
Yeah, so that's a very good idea. I liked really getting the youth involved because maybe some of them don't know the stories of others, and just having being able to help and come in would be great for them to learn young. So yes, like everyone else was saying, I think it's a wonderful idea.
Okay. Mackenzie, anything else to add?
Noel Lodge did put out a post about needing some items. I can go ahead and forward that to the chat. That way we know what some of those items are that are consistently needed at Noel Lodge.
Okay, great.
Which is one of the unhoused shelters here in town.
That would be
Okay.
very appreciated.
Thank you. Thank you,
And
Mrs.
Mackenzie,
Tovar Mora.
oh, sorry.
That's okay. No, I was just thinking.
I was just going to say, Mackenzie, I didn't quite hear your response. Sorry, what was did you agree to that or did you disagree?
I agreed that it would be a good idea too.
Okay. Any further comments, questions, concerns?
I do not believe so. Not from my end.
Okay. Anything more up here?
No, I think we've basically covered everything.
Okay, great. Okay, if we could go ahead and move on. Next item,
Item
please.
6, closing remarks by youth city council members.
Okay, we kind of sound like a broken record here, and that's the second time I've said that. But like we said, we're going to be having a study session to finalize some details needed for the Youth City Fair. Like we said, we're going to try and advertise more this year, and we are also going to be talking about advertising through Third Thursday, and we are also going to be talking about the drive for the in-house. So that's what we plan to do during our study session on April 5th. Please correct. No, April 4th, which is the first Thursday.
That will be something that is further discussed in our study session and will be announced at our next Youth City Council meeting.
Great.
I'd like to thank everybody that was here, and there will be a middle school choir concert on April 16th at the Performing Arts Center at the high school.
Mackenzie?
Thank you all for thank you for those who came tonight. And that's it.
Jalen?
I would just like everyone, thank you for coming out tonight, and even the viewers at home watching this, thank you for listening to us. Again, if you guys could participate, even if you could just come in for a little bit to either our youth fair events, or either of the dates coming up, that would be greatly appreciated by all of us. I would also like to mention, I mentioned this in the last meeting, but I will be having a band concert. So it's our district-wide concert May 9th, and it would be at the SAC. Again, thank you all for coming out and supporting us.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
I forgot to tell the time of the choir concert. It's at 6 to 7.
You, Maddie? Okay, so one final thing. As always, thank you guys for always showing up. Thank you for always supporting us. And if you know any youth or young person who is interested in government